Hey y'all, welcome. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly how to pray for miracles. And there's going to be a couple different steps to get there from here, but I guarantee you by the end, you will be having miracle after miracle come into your life. Now, how is this possible? So, when we initially think of praying, we think of someone who is usually on their knees. We think of usually eyes closed, talking and saying what they desire. Now, this is okay. This is a good first thought. This is typically where our mind goes. Do we all do this? No. But to some aspect, these things are important. How we view praying is one of the biggest reasons why majority of us do not get our prayers answered, and we wonder why. So one of the things we need to understand when it comes to praying is that everyone has their own way of doing so. If you do not resonate with potentially being on your knees, and praying, closing your eyes, then don't do so. Do what resonates with you. That will project the highest vibration. That will project the highest level of desire vibration to achieve the prayer that you want answered. So with that being said, there's a couple different ways to pray, in my opinion. One is the typical on your knees, eyes closed, saying a prayer. Some people say it within. They don't repeat it. They say it inside their mind. They repeat it to themselves. Some people say it out loud. So whichever you prefer, whichever, experiment, see which one works best for you. But once you understand, first, if you want to say it out loud or to yourself, do so. Next thing is what position you want your body to be in. Now, this is something that varies for everybody. One thing that I would recommend is get into a position that allows for minimal thought, minimal resistance. And how does one do so is you need to be relaxed. We're so go, go, go in our lives. A lot of us are. We forget how to be present, how to relax. So you need to do a couple of things. What I typically do is I take a deep breath in and I hold for 3 seconds, release, and I do that a few times. That instantly allows me to relax. Another great way, I know Joe Dispenza says this as well, is that he thinks of water slowly rising in the room where you are and going section by section and becoming numb as the water gets higher. That's a great idea. Whatever works for you. I could some people just meditate for 2 minutes and they're golden. Jealous of you, but that's awesome. Whatever works, right? So you want to get in a state where there's least resistance, your body's calm, you're not thinking, you're almost at a point of emptiness around you. You don't have what's for dinner tonight? What am I doing after this? Just relax, relax. So once we're in this state, we have totally relaxed. It is our time to understand now, why do prayers not get answered? I believe, and I think, you read a lot of books, a lot of metaphysical books, a lot of people is the issue when we go ahead and we pray is that a lot of times we are coming from a state of no, not fulfillment, but instead lack, not having, but wishing and wanting, and those are totally different things when it comes to it. So what I like to say is this, and Neville Goddard or Goddard, however you prefer to say his name, is that he said something very, very profound, I think was pretty great, is that he said, you must live in the state fulfilled of the prayer. And that means that you are at a level of already having, you are not at a level of lack, you are in a level of abundance. You already have this thing. I will give you an example right now. Now, this is crazy because this will totally change how you view praying. This is why I got taught and it changed my life forever. When you view praying and you say, oh God, please allow me to have this amazing life, this amazing car, this amazing XYZ, this amazing wife. Please, God, I really would desire it. Thank you so much. Do you already hear that? You're at your like, please, 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 because you don't have. That's an issue. So instead, I got taught this. Pray from a state of gratitude, a state of abundance, a state of you have. this thing that you supposedly are praying for. You already have it. And it's a gratitude session instead. So instead of one way, the next way you say is, this is how we prefer to say it. Thank you so much for allowing me to have an amazing life. Thank you so much for, my friend to be healed. Thank you so much for me having an amazing wife, me having amazing kids. You already speak from the wish fulfilled, your prayer fulfilled. And this just we just literally broke time, essentially. This is how crazy it is. We broke time. We already have it. We're not asking for it. It is already ours. So with that understanding, it is just a matter of time before, boom, it hits and it is yours, the prayer. This is the craziest part, is that happens instantly. No more waiting. No more saying, will my prayer be answered? That is, by the way, a sense of doubt. And that needs to be addressed. Why are you doubting such things? Is because you forgot that you're connected to the source this whole time. That's essential. So with praying, we want to remember, how do we want to pray? Eyes closed, eyes open. Remember out loud to ourselves, what position do we want to be in? Then after that, we do it from a sense of already having abundance, how we say our prayer. And then last thing, the cherry on top. This is what I love. I think this alone is a secret when it comes to, praying for miracles. You end a prayer with thank you, thank you, thank you, thy will be done. Now, Joe Vitale, another amazing teacher of this, talked about how in when you say the words thy will be done at the end of a prayer, thine will be done, thy will be done, whatever rolls your boat, floats your boat, whatever you like more, it doesn't matter. It's about the sense the word brings you. Thy will be done, thine will be done. The prayer is literally answered on a 40 to 60% higher than it was without those words at the end. That is insane. That is uh, literally, it just blows this whole thing and makes it amazing. It helps out so much. So saying those words at the end is essential. Now that right there, if you do those three things, you get that locked in, you will leave a state of, I hope this works out. I hope my prayer get answered. You can finally leave the realm of, my prayers don't get answered. Is there a God? Is anything working? You go down this deep hole. Oh my goodness. We've all been there. But now you come to a state of, my prayers are always answered. Everything goes my way. Life is amazing. I want everyone to remember, you got this. I love you. And remember, miracles are normal.